Have you heard? Okay, don't get triggered, BitChute. This is Dabu7. He's talking about water. I think in Michigan, there a lot of different places have been a cyber attack the water, so they didn't have water for hours, and they're trying to blame Iran, China, whatever. Let's take a listen to this.
In Minnesota, that has hit the water utility. They're saying 30 different community water systems hit on July 26th and 27th.
30.
This Minnesota IT services stating that they have activated incident response capabilities, and that the feds are all over this, trying to work with them to see what's going on.
Yeah, the feds are all over.
At this time, they're not aware of any active requests from Minnesota.
Who do you think's doing the cyber attacks on the water like it's a test?
So it looks like they caught this in time before anyone could do anything. But they're saying that this attack requires a coordinated whole of government response. Saying
create the crisis,
partners working side by side here,
people react,
with the communities in
they give the solution
to try to restore operations safely. So that means that people lost water if they're having to restore stuff.
Yeah.
They go on to say here that this investigation remains ongoing, that the timing, the method of access, and the targeted infrastructure share characteristics with other coordinated cyber incidents that the feds are tracking and have been watching. So some of these have things that were done, I guess, that other groups are known for. So they're talking about some of these other groups. Handala is one of them.
Iran.
Handala is connected directly
China
to Iran. And of course, in this environment, I feel we're going to hear more of these things.
Of course.
Iran. But even though they say that group, there's a chance there was a secondary group called Cyber Avengers, also connected to Iran. But the CISA director says that our biggest enemy is China. And that's who you need to be watching for. They go on to cite here that water places have been being targeted.
Going after the water.
Authorities have assessed that the China
going after the water
Party and their cyber groups, especially Volt Typhoon, they're seeking to pre-position themselves inside of our networks, and we've known this. Christopher Wray, on his way out the door,
and we've known this,
warned us of all this and said that China was embedded within all of our infrastructure. So, no one's done anything to get them out, it seems, and the attacks continue. This is a setup.
As you heard, don't get triggered, BitChute. They've known about this all along. Oh, it's China that's doing it, right? China's been here. They've been embedded in our infrastructure or whatever. And I did go over that. I did go over that years ago. I went over that stuff. I also went over, and other channels have also covered, that Chinese have bought up a lot of farmland or a lot of land around military bases. Well, our government knows about that, but they're keeping an eye on it, right? This is utter nonsense. We are being set up. And you don't think that the enemy within, you don't think our government, they're allowing this? They're not in on it? Of course. But it's China, it's Russia, it's Iran. I'm so tired of that. This has been the story all my life. Before I was born. But I'm just saying, I'm 56 years old all my life. This has been, Russia's the bad guy, Iran's the bad guy, China's the bad guy. I'm not saying China isn't, or maybe a little bit of Iran. I don't see even Russia as being the bad guys. I think the bad guy is, well, like I said, the enemy within. I've been saying that for years. So, a cyber attack in Minnesota in 30 different places, and but they nipped it in the bud, and they're keeping an eye on it and all this, yada yada, and people were without water. It feels like this is a test, this is only a test. Now back to your regularly scheduled program, right? Until the real deal happens. They're facking it. They fact with our food, our weather, everything. And this looks like just another example, just to see how we react, because you really, listen, all they gotta do is say, hey, America, we had a massive cyber attack. The Ruskies and the Iranians and the Chinas in China, the land of egg rolls. Well, they all ganged up on us, and they shut down America's water. And Well, you can only go 3 days or so without water. I can't even go a day without water. I can't. I've tried, and I tried to see how long, like, water fast, see how long I go without water. You know, maybe 16 hours counting my sleep. I can go without water, but then I start getting real dehydrated and everything. But I'm a very active person. I couldn't imagine 3 days without water. I could not imagine that. You'd have to be an actual vegetable and be on your bed the whole time. The whole time, you know, in a cool environment, not do anything, not eat, nothing. I would think to go 3 days without water, but I'm just saying. It just seems like he said, we're being set up. Don't get trigger BitChute on the Dabu. By the way, BitChute, you're getting on my nerves with the subscribing and unsubscribing shit. Then again, we live in a retarded world. So there's that. This is a test. They got it. They keep an eye on it. You know, this is only a test. Now back to your regularly scheduled program. At any rate, I am out.